the same thing, isn't it? The Frozen 2 Popes. Why not combine these movies and save us all some time? Although I don't want to save time if it comes to seeing two great movies, and these are two great movies. I'm going to give the nod to Frozen 2 because I think the movie was shut out of the Oscars last time, and undeservedly so. And I think Oscar does like to make amends for its past mistakes, and I think they will this year, and for that I salute them.
I'm not familiar with either of those films.
Aw, man, you cut the ponytail.
I'm going to go with Ad Astra, and they should add an asterisk to this movie because it will be the first time an actor has won, an actor like Brad Pitt has won a movie for being, that character having lived in space for a period of time. That'll be the first time that's happened.
I'm going to go with Maleficent because I think it's time that truly horrific circumstances get recognized by Oscar, and I think they know that there has been a few too many feel-good movies like your Chariots of Fire, that type of thing, winning in recent times, and I think they want to show the world that horror is here to stay, and what better horror film than Maleficent 2?
Right on first.
I'm not a big fan of the Mr. Rogers mentality, which is dangerous to children. It encourages the everybody gets a trophy mentality, which is sick. And he's created a terrible plague in our country of weak adults, and so he should be admonished and shamed and thrown in the dustbin of history. But Tom does a terrific job portraying it. You can't give him. So you have people that have played people like Stalin and Hitler and Pol Pot in movies. They have to play it honestly, and Tom does a great job of that.
Yeah, I have a problem with both of these movies. With the Mr. Rogers movie, why are you making movies about TV shows? Let's stick to topics that moviegoers are interested in. We're not interested in TV shows. With Mr. America, the director is really a terrible person who shot over 10 hours of interviews with me as I took him around the Victor Hill Film Archive, and I was assured that this was all going to be the main meat of the film, and when we watched the film, you got 30 seconds, I think, of information about Oh God, and I'm getting cards and letters constantly from people who are really irate, who are saying this is not what we were promised, and I have to agree with them, and I'm sorry that the movie was released.
Well, Mr. America isn't really a movie. It's a hit job. It's a slanderous piece of libelous trash that should be discarded, and prints and negatives and everything should be set aflame, almost like in the great Quentin Tarantino movie, Inglourious Bastards. Everybody that
you're
sees
admitting that you like to burn movies.
Everybody that sees that movie should be put to death.
Jesus Christ. That's loud. I gotta turn that down.
Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments.
It's the 7th annual.
Now, if you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, that way we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
Greg Turkington, Joe Estevez, and many more. Sponsored by Food Man Green Catering. And now, your host, Tim Heidecker.
Very good. We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays. Stage 2 emitters
Alt tab.
We cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please work as quickly as you can.
Overhead capacitors to 105%.
I got the Oscar fever.
It's
Hope you
probably
got
not
it
a
too.
problem. Probably. But I'm showing a small discrepancy in, well, it's well within acceptable bounds again. Sustaining sequence.
We've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should be coming up to you at any moment. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
Hope you got it. All right. Thank you very much. Let's get a high energy forecast. Thank you.
Shutting down.
Welcome everyone.
Shut down. It's not shutting down.
Obviously, last year we were under attack. The Oscar crowd up. The whole business of the Oscar was under attack. Delgado, White. It's been a long year, but we have done everything we needed to do to bring things back to the way they should be. High Inc. is stronger than ever before. We're now in collaboration with Human Strategies Corporation, my beautiful wife, Tony Newman, making tonight possible. We are so excited to be back. It is Oscar Fever night. It is the greatest night of the year for me. It is a night that we honor and salute our fellow filmmakers. And we're just going to have a fun night tonight. Tonight, last year was such a mess. Everything was adrift. Like I said, you had Laffy Taffy and the rest of the bunch screwing up. They had no focus. They had no energy. It was one of the, we were hearing about droves and droves of people tuning out. And of course, I came back and took over. But now we have created a continuity to the special this year that I couldn't be more proud of. Everybody's worked their asses off to get us to where we are right now. We are, we're discussing a few weeks ago about the vision of the Oscar special. And one of the things that kept coming up in my mind, because I'd just gone through this really beautiful emotional experience with my wife, Tony Newman, and I was looking at all the nominees, and I thought, we have one of the great movies of the year, Marriage Story. It reminded me of the hundreds of wonderful films out there through the years that have celebrated the union of a man and a woman. And a man and a woman through marriage. So we are celebrating the institution, the sacrament of marriage tonight with films like Father of the Bride and Four Weddings and a Funeral and so many others. So we are here, we're going to be doing so much. We're going to be talking about who's going to win, who's going to lose. We're going to be popping popcorn. But we're also reminding the audience of the great tradition. And it is almost we always look at Oscar as it is a ceremony, it is a sacrament. It is when people like Brad Pitt and Bradley Cooper and Jack Nicholson, whoever, actually do perform sort of a wedding with Oscar Gold. And so we're just saluting that. That's why we see these beautiful flowers. And that's the choice we made. We could have gone a lot of different directions, but we went with this beautiful theme, and we were sort of we had to make choices.
Security personnel. Sector C immediately.
Let's get the show going. We got our first guest is been on the show before, and we're going to get through his segment as quick as we can. I just want to run him in and out because we have so much to get to tonight. It's going to be a busy night. Check in with us throughout the night. We're going to be giving you updates on all the awards. I haven't gotten any ideas there's no host for the Oscars. I don't know why anybody's watching the Oscars. There's no Billy Crystal like there always was. We've been something like 20 years in a row. I think Whoopi did a few years, but there's no host. It's a shit show down in Hollywood. This is the real show. We're going to be giving you the same information that they're giving you. So just forget watching the Oscars on ABC or wherever it is. Watch here all night long because we're going to be giving you all the news you need. Let's bring my first guest. He's going to come in quickly from the Victorville Film Archive. Is he going to come from here? All right. Do I need this mic anymore? Greg Turkins. I don't Turn that. Cut the horn. Yeah, turn the horn on. Hey guys! There he is. We'll stay there for a sec. What is this now with the mobile VFA big entrance?
Mobile VFA has arrived. It's movie time!
And what is you've got Arthur top there. What's going on with mobile VFA? You're dressed like the jokester from the Batman movies.
The jokester.
Next year's celebration of the 40th anniversary of Arthur.
Wait, say that again? You're doing what?
We're doing a preview of next year's 40th anniversary of Arthur. So we're giving a sneak preview of what's going to happen next year.
What does that have to do
This
with
is
the
a Jack
Joker?
Nicholson Joker, which is he was the original actor to play the Joker.
Okay, so I told you you could come here with one concept, and then we're going to get through that, and then you'll be on your way. And now you're coming in with two. So do you want to focus on whatever this 40th anniversary of?
Actually I have four.
Well, those, we're not
I actually
getting
have
to those.
five
We're
if
not
you
getting
count
to
the
those.
finale that I have planned.
Excuse me. What does Arthur have to do with the Academy Awards right now?
Well, it's really from 1981, 97 minutes, starring Dudley Moore. And so we're doing a preview. Next year, we're actually on this special. It might be our cinema by next year, I'm not sure. Next year, we're going to do the 40th anniversary of Arthur, which came out in 1981.
Okay,
so this year is a sneak preview of next year's Arthur, basically, celebration.
So you don't have any anniversary movie to discuss.
We're doing we're doing a preview of Arthur for next year.
No, you're not doing. We're not going to do Arthur 2 years in a row. This for me is your.
Well, there's two Arthur. Well, there's actually three Arthur movies because
I know. Here's what I'm saying. If you want to celebrate a movie like you did with Jaws 2, which is a big mess.
Well, because you didn't
use
the prop for Mark, so he didn't.
Don't go down that route. Choose a film that it is an anniversary of. Don't use this opportunity to sneak peek preview some bullshit about Arthur. Nobody gives a shit about Arthur to begin with. If you're going to spend time on that...
It's Oprah Winfrey's favorite movie of all time.
I don't give a shit. What I'm trying to point out is it's absurd to spend any time previewing an anniversary of something.
Haven't you ever heard of a trailer?
What
do you think previews
What movie came out 40 years ago?
People line up to see previews for Star Wars movies or Hobbit movies.
What movie came out 40 years ago? You should know this. If you don't know this, I'm asking you. What movie came out 40 years ago this year? Name it. You must know.
19 Ordinary People.
Well,
Directed
why are
by
we celebrating
Butch
that?
Cassidy
You know
and
what I mean?
Sundance Kid, Robert Redford.
Why didn't we do a
Because
preview
that's
of
a
that last
glum
year?
movie. It's an interesting movie. It's about a suicide.
Do you want to talk-
Arthur is a positive movie with a good message, and it stars one of my all-time favorites, Dudley Moore.
Great. So, okay, you'll have 5 minutes to talk about Arthur for the preview. Whatever.
That's fine. I would love 5 minutes to talk about it without interruption.
We're not going to talk about it next
5
year.
minutes would be great. I
Here's
would
what
love 5 minutes without you interrupting, with you leaving the building, so that I can preview next year's Arthur 40th anniversary.
Let me explain something to you. There's no preview of Arthur. There is only Arthur today. That's your 5 minutes. Say goodbye.
You don't understand how
Talk
movies
about
work.
Arthur.
You don't understand how movies
Talk
work.
about Arthur next year.
Trailers are a big part
You're
of
not going to be
Hollywood
welcome.
history.
Shut up. You're not going to be welcome back here
Shut up.
next year if that means talking about Arthur again. You're playing all your Arthur cards now. You get that?
Well, I'll talk about Arthur 2, Love on the Rocks. Do that. We have some Arthur 2 memorabilia here as well.
I brought you here
I
to
am
talk
traveling with the world's first portable Arthur museum, and it's part of the VFA, the mobile VFA. Is we travel with exhibits around the country and let people see priceless movie memorabilia that they might not have access to.
Do you want to talk about the movies that were nominated or?
I would love to.
Okay. We've got a lot of great movies this year. Obviously,
Seen any
we
other
can speak,
survivors?
I think obviously your pick is The Joker
No.
tonight.
My pick is, well, essentially my pick is Kramer versus Kramer 2, which Hollywood has gone and remade as Marriage Story. The genesis of that movie was in something I wrote and that we premiered right here. We shot it right over there last year, which is Kramer versus Kramer 2. And of course, Hollywood can't keep their grubby paws off of what we do, as you know, rip-offs with Decker.
So you're
so
saying
Marriage Story is essentially Hollywood tipping their hat to what I did with Kramer versus Kramer 2 and remaking it, and I'm not getting any credit for it, but I'll tell you one thing, when that movie wins Best Picture, a part of me is going to feel that I won Best Picture for Kramer versus Kramer 2. So my pick is definitely Marriage Story, and I also have a tip from my insider at the Academy that it will in fact win, because the ballots have already been counted, and I had a guy who texted me after they did count them and told me Marriage Story is the winner.
So there's other movies to be considered. Obviously, Joker was a big movie. Something like Jojo Rabbit, if that were to win, that would be one of the first animated films to win. I mean, it's one of the first animated films, I guess.
But it's not even the. It's not the first movie to be called Jojo something. Jojo Dancer, like the one prior to it. It's actually the second Jojo movie.
Right. There's a bunch of different movies. You don't see, one of the snubs this year was the Star Wars movie. There's a couple of Star Wars movies that came out this year. You were hoping maybe a few of them were going to get the nod, at least one. So it turns out none of them got awards.
It just shows that the system is fair and that a billionaire like George Lucas can't come in and say, I want the Oscar, and get the Oscar. You have to earn it through merit. And that's one of the things I've always admired about the Oscars.
It's going to be sort of an interesting battle between Yiquam Phillips. Is that his name?
Joaquin Phoenix.
There you go. And from the Fast and Furious, Adam Driver.
The real battle, I think, is between the Joker's past and the Joker's present. And I think that Jack Nicholson is the Joker.
Equam Phillips.
The Joker movie is sort of the Joker everybody remembers and loves. And I think it was a mistake to try and make that again when Nicholson was still alive. If he passed away, I get it. If you're doing Casablanca 2, you can't get Bogart. If you're doing the Joker 2, you can get Jack Nicholson, and they should have, and that was their mistake, and that's
you look at the Joker as a sequel or a remake. There's a lot of intrigue, a lot of drama. When you talk about Hollywood,
if you're going to do a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I want to see some of the great stars, like the Cary Grants, the Clark Gables, the Charlie Chaplin, sort of a tribute to Lane. It's, a bunch of people with no name. He was in it, which was cool, but I would rather see some more golden era stars.
And then finally, we have, the salute to the Munchkins and the Wizard of Oz with Little Women.
You're thinking of Judy, which I don't think got nominated, but it should have, because that was a great work. She would have been had she had lived.
And then now they're trying to do this thing that's kind of interesting, is they're trying to the name is perfect, Parasite, because they are trying to infect the American Oscars, which they are the American Oscars. That's the official name of the Academy Awards, the American Oscars of the Academy Awards. They're trying to infect our country, our values, with Chinese films like Parasite, which it is. I haven't seen it, but it's a shame that certain movies like Star Wars, George Lucas, gets blocked out, gets sort of sidelined.
A lot of Star Wars movies, though.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about George Lucas, born and raised in California, an American citizen, is now basically sidelined, kicked to the curb, because we see now the Chinese influence over our basically all.
I don't think Parasite was a Chinese.
Now we see my theories of the China connection actually sort of coming full circle, where they now are infecting us with
Chinese Connection starring
disease.
Bruce Lee, which is a great movie from 1971.
Yeah, so a lot of sort of forecasting and sort of visionary work that I did when I was on the trial of the trial of the century, they say, but also the trial of my life, which I was vindicated completely, acquitted totally. You see that we have the China connection is coming full bore. Not only are they poisoning our award system, but they are now infecting us with the disease that's spreading vastly. And we're looking at it right now, and we find that it's now spreading rapidly. So we'll be giving you more updates. Speaking of updates, we want to talk briefly about your quest for finding an old friend of ours who's been in the world.
I've been devoting a lot of time to it, actually. It's been my number one the past couple of months is finding Mark, because let's face it, WC Field's routines aren't going to do themselves. You need Mark there to make them come alive, and I have not been able to find him. I put a lot of effort into it nightly. I haven't seen you out there, but I've been out there every night and every day looking for Mark, and he is very elusive. And we have a reward set up, which is $100, and I've thrown in another $50 in VFA Classics merchandise, like a voucher, gift card or whatever for any of the VFA Classics titles that you would want. As the cash is yours to spend on what you want with, the $50 goes towards it.
I'm going to surprise you a little bit here. You've got this stupid grin on your face, but it's going to be a shock.
Nothing stupid about Jack Nicholson. He's won the Best Actor award 2 or 3 times, including one for reasons. So I wouldn't call Mr. Nicholson stupid. Very, very smart man.
You say I've done nothing in the quest for Mark. What I'm here to announce, ladies and gentlemen, is the past several months, I teased this a huge project that I have been really working really hard on. And we've been basically investigating everything. We've gotten back down to the roots of a lot of the problems that are affecting our society. But
I'm shut up. Killed those 19 kids at the festival.
Go out and take your car, drive it home. That might be your home. We don't know. In fact, you might be pulling that around the corner and pulling off the side of the road. That's something we'll expose at a later date. But what's happening right now in real time is as a kind of a promotional way to launch Exposed, which is going to be premiering over the summer on basically all the networks. We're serving. We're going to be launching the first real search for Mark Roach in history, really. And I've tasked LaRue with finding him. And finally now, we will see, we're just getting word that no, you want to be in this year. The Hollywood story. You interrupted my thought.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
I have tasked, LaRue is out there, and he has vowed to bring him back. He's going to bring him back. And he's put all his resources. He's like a bloodhound or something. He's one of the great investigators and sleuths since Sherlock Holmes himself.
Holmes and Watson.
You will see something stunning tonight, the return of Mark Roach, safe and sound. Here's a sneak peek at Exposed. This is ABC and CBS.
Dude, I hate this stupid trick.
Hi everybody, Tim Heidecker here, executive producer of Exposed, our new investigative series that investigates crimes and all sorts of other devious activities out there in the world. We are looking today at predatory loan companies, and these are companies that present this almost fairy tale, too good to be true financial people loans and other financial services, and then they pull the rug out. They 0% interest and all sorts of bells and whistles. And in the end, all they're trying to do is make a quick buck, and they don't care about the working guys. It's a shame what these people are doing out there. But listen, our team of investigators has found the business address for MoneyZap. So on today's program, I'm going to go confront the employees of MoneyZap and ask them how they sleep at night, how do they live, ripping people off left and right, and making promises that they can't keep. Let's get to it. Let's expose them. Let's get to expose. Let's expose. Hi, we're at the Central Stalker Square. This is the official headquarters of MoneyZap. MoneyZap listed here. We're going to investigate these companies. Try to get some answers. I'm just going to go in and ask. Hello? Hi. I'm trying to find information on something called MoneyZap. They have their address listed here. Their headquarters. They're like a money lending company that owes me a lot, and they're not being responsive. I've tried to go after them. I called their number, and their address is listed here.
So we must have a mailbox here, but that name doesn't even ring a bell.
I want to just find out because they owe me.
Yeah, you have to write to them or whatever.
I did. Well, that's why we're here, is to try to get. Can you put me in touch with MoneyZap CEO?
I can't do that. I just ran mailbox.
I understand. All right, thank you.
No.
Alright, that's a sweet team. I'm really excited to show that team that you are working on. LaRue cannot help. LaRue cannot find Mark on his own. He needs your help out there. You guys are busy watching the Oscar special, having fun. Maybe you're together watching it with your best friend. But we have set up a hotline. If you're in the greater Los Angeles area, call 323-312-9121. That number on the screen.
Call from anywhere. I mean, if you find Mark in Orange County, by all means, call from there.
We're looking for any leads. So call that number if you've got any leads on Mark. But I'm not too worried.
I scout Long Beach, so that's
might have
Orange
circled
County.
back. So the key is let's all work together to find Mark. LaRue needs your help. He's out there working his ass off.
I don't think he's going to put it off.
We will get Mark home safe and sound. I'm confident about that. It is an exciting night. Stay with us. We're gonna take our first break, and we will be back with much more Oscar coverage. Thanks for being here, and thanks to Hyatt Report. We are back. We got some amazing Oscar news for you cartoon freaks. Jojo Rabbit did not win Best Animated Film, but is still nominated for Best Picture. Toy Story 4 won. Yes, Best Academy Award, Best Cartoon. Starring Tom Hanks, Tim Allen.
I think the Toy Story, wherever they make that building is going to be filled with Oscars. And 40 years from now, they'll have 44 Oscars.
All right. What we are going to check in now with you and your VFA. This is your opportunity to tell us about your VFA mobile and Arthur and all the rest. So.
This is the mobile VFA, and it's coming soon to your town. We're going to take this around pretty much to every town that we can get it to. Probably not Alaska or Hawaii, but
if you turn the car off though, so
yeah. So this is the interior of the mobile VFA. I have, as you see here, the ability to monitor the Oscar situation. This is a feed direct from the Academy with Oscar telecast. This is sort of my nerve center, control center. And then, of course, we have much of the archive in the back there. And now back here, back at the VFA.
What about Arthur, though? We get to Arthur quick.
Yeah, I'm just going to show them the rest of the interior of the mobile VFA. So it's basically a good regular car, but decked out in a way that anyone would like to have. It comes with searchlights and spotlights. And if you saw the top of the car, you can see that it pays tribute to next year's 40th anniversary of Arthur. And this is our traveling Arthur museum. This is the world's first Arthur museum, but not the last, because next year I suspect we'll be coming up. This was the original, this is the best. By next year, we'll have quite a few more items in the museum. You'll see the original one-sheet posters to Arthur, starring Dudley Moore and Liza Minnelli, and Arthur 2, the same cast. John Gielgud also appeared in both Arthur movies. Trivia. This is probably the rarest item in our Arthur museum. This is an original Arthur 2 on the rocks promotional tumbler, which is what they call a drink, a glass that Arthur might drink out of. If you look at the Arthur video disc, the videotapes, you see he always has a drink in his hand in every scene. So the good folks at Warner Brothers decided
we got
to
a
make
hotline
promotional
number. We got somebody calling in with information on Mark.
Hold on. We'll get to that. This is the soundtrack to
Hello.
Arthur. This is the soundtrack
Hello.
album Arthur's Theme by Christopher Cross.
Yes, do you have information on Mark Roach?
Yes. There's someone I've seen walking around. It could be Mark. It could be maybe
All right.
not. I don't know.
We're not worried about him
What
right
is he? Where are you?
I'm by the Hollywood Forever graveyard.
Okay.
Hang up. It's just a prank.
Bald guy walking around, very confused looking. Tried to approach him, and just he's running away.
Okay. Well, listen, stay put. I'm going to send LaRue your way. You're at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Sounds good.
Yes.
Thanks for the tip.
You for interrupting my show.
All right. What was that?
Good luck, good Oscars.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
All right.
There we go.
All right, we also have here, these have not been touched by human hands. These are sealed copies of both of the Arthur movies. So if you have an old used VHS tape, as you know, the technology dictates that the tapes will last for years, perfect quality. But if you have one that's still sealed, that's never been played, never even been touched by human hands, you've got a real keepsake, a real rarity, and something that's a museum piece. And that's why these two sealed tapes are in our museum. And then over here, this is really something special. This is a promotional belt buckle from 10. This is a movie that Dudley Moore made before Arthur, co-starring Bo Derek. And this promotional belt buckle was issued to promote the movie back in 1979. That's an anniversary that we should have done.
What is a 10 belt buckle doing in an Arthur museum?
10 was Dudley's breakthrough movie.
That's a fair question, right?
10 was his breakthrough movie. They had originally cast George Segal in the role of Arthur. Then 10 came out, broke all box office records at the time. It was the
Stand
biggest
by, we've
movie
got a message coming
of all
in.
time. And so
Mark,
they recast it with
There's a
recast it with Dudley Moore instead of
you
George
care about
Segal.
Mark Roach
and
or
you
not?
can all trace that back
It
to
seems like you got
10.
a lot more concerned about Dudley Moore, who's confirmed has been dead for 20 years, than you do about a guy that might be in real trouble here. This guy says Mark was sighted in Portland, Oregon 2 days ago. At the variety shop, surveillance footage from the Taco Bell and Burger King restaurants across the street confirm this. So we're getting some more info on that.
Anybody can call that number and prank the number. I don't know why you would with people. I've done the searching and he's not out there, so let's not talk to those people. Anyway, this 10 belt buckle, how many folks watching have seen 10, Arthur, or Arthur 2? That's a Dudley Moore Film Festival, and that's a good time. So that's our Arthur preview. Next year on this special, we will have probably 3 times as many rare promotional items, including an original...
Okay, sorry to interrupt again.
Wait,
I have somebody calling in saying, I see Mark. We found him. Let's try to get him on line here. I'm not sure how to tell the difference. Call me.
We are going to have next year, when we actually do the 40th anniversary, an original shooting script signed by John Gielgud and Liza Minnelli. So that is something you'll be seeing next year.
Okay.
But this is a nice little preview and to whet your appetite. And if you haven't seen Arthur, be sure you see it before next year's Oscars, because you're going to want to be on top of what's going on in the film.
It's a little confusing, everybody. If you're texting me, it's a little harder. I need you to call. And I don't know how to work this phone because it's an Android. It's a mess. Who else won? Anybody win Best Picture? We have an animated short called Hair Love. Did you see Hair Love? It's a short cartoon.
No, it's not a movie.
Okay.
Time in Hollywood won for Best Picture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting your tips by the second here. We have a very special show coming your way. Stick with us. We have a very, very important guest coming up. I'm getting a little emotional because she's here, knowing that she's going to be with me. I feel a little lost. I feel a little, you can tell I feel a little lost. No. This is, my wife is going to stop me. I love hearing what she has to say about movies. She knows more about movies than anybody. Got a lot to do with tonight because she's made a lot of this possible.
Gordon
Call
Freeman.
in if you have any tips on Mark.
The science team has been tracking your progress with the Black Mesa security system. Unfortunately, so has the military. That suit of yours is full of tracking devices. Still, it's better than going naked.
We'll be back in a minute with more Oscars, 7th annual Oscars special.
It could sap your suit power in a matter of moments. If you're bent on reaching the Lambda complex, then you'll want to keep to the older industrial areas where the security system is full of holes. It's worked for me, so far.
Not Pop Goes the Weasel. They don't know Pop Goes the Weasel. It's the first thing they teach you at music school. Up, da, 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 dum.
The guy? Yeah. We got him. Alright, come on, give me a hand here. Jesus, this guy's heavy. Where are we taking this Freeman guy? Topside, for questioning. What the hell for? We got him. Why not just kill him now? And if they find the body?
Great to do something peppy and all the guys classic music. Anyways, learn Pop Goes the Weasel. If you learn that, that's foundational music. You could also do three blind mice with a pep in its step. Dee, dee, dee. Or Oscar famous music. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. What movie is that? There you go. Learn it. Welcome back, everybody. The 7th annual Oscar On Cinema Oscar special is just heating up. And we're having a lot of fun talking about all the great winners. Parasite has got its grasp on the Academy and has infected all the voters apparently because it was one of the screenplay.
Pretty cool.
And Jojo Rabbit, first animated film to win adapted screenplay. Congratulations to all the illustrators of that movie and the voices. A lot of voice talent there. We are going to have a special guest now. I've teased this. And she is my love, my life, the reason I think I'm still here today. She has changed, she's given me a 180 from where I was maybe less than a year ago. She's changed it all. She's financially, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, just refreshed my body and soul and mind and heart. I will invite her to the stage now. My wife, my life, Mrs. Tony Newman. We have not decided to change her name to kind of. Yes, thank you. Sweetheart, how are you? Thank you so much. Can you scurry off to your car or something car for a while, okay? Sure. How are you? Take a seat. Thank you. I know you were busy today, busy as hell arranging for all this. You know, you just heard what I said about you. It's all coming from the heart. But we are here to talk about movies, so let's just, what was your favorite movie of the year?
I loved Parasite.
Okay.
I loved The Joker.
Okay.
I loved the violence of The Joker.
Yeah.
That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's different. You know, a lot of these movies are, you know, I was sort of upset, like I said earlier, that Star Wars didn't get nods.
Yeah. Yes, we did. That was so sick.
I have a little bit of a surprise for you, and I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous because it's a big surprise.
You don't have to be nervous.
I know, but we, you know, had a crazy year.
Yes.
We ran
Whirlwind.
for district attorney. We were partners in a business. We were, you know, like locked together, and you know, we had fought hard, fought like hell, and you know, it didn't go well. But that experience got us so close together. It got us, you know, to where we are today. And you know, the one regret I have is the way that things happen so quickly because of the, you know, the situation with High and the Delgados and everything. We had to make some very quick decisions.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful we did. But, boy, how do I do this?
Just spit it out.
No, I will. So, bad news is, no, it's okay. Bad news is, I did something the other day. I went down to the courthouse and I filed papers. They're right here, and this is an annulment of our marriage.
What?
Just calm down. This is an annulment of our wedding, of our marriage, because, and here's what the good news. I'm so nervous. I didn't feel that it was appropriate the way we got married. We rushed things. We went down to City Hall, and it was not a spiritual wedding. It was not a Christian wedding. And so what we're going to do, I need you to sign these. What we're going to do is we're going to have a real wedding with all the bells and whistles right here, right now. That's it. That's the news. Will you, and I'll do it the right way. I'll do everything by the book. After we sign this, we have to do this first, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. So, right, just sign this, then I can do, just sign it, and we'll talk about it. Sign this.
Signing my
This is
divorce.
it's an annulment. It's not a divorce. There's no financial implications on it. Sign right here. Trust me.
You're scaring me.
No, it's good. And I signed it, and we are good. And now we can do the good stuff, the good news. We're ready for some beautiful music. Miss Tony Newman. Will you marry me tonight? I've got everything planned. I got your family's here. Your parents are here. Matt's coming. Matt, your son, Matt is here.
What?
And I've got a dress, and I've got everything. We're gonna have a beautiful wedding. Will you do it? Will you say yes? Just.
Yes.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're having the first on-cinema Oscar special wedding in history. So I don't know what that tells you. We're going to file this down so it's official. This is real. We are going to get married. You're all invited. Forget the movies. This is life. We are going to be just like them, happy. So I've got makeup. I got some makeup people here. I got a dress, everything. We got food catered. I think we have salmon and green beans and a wedding cake. And our pastor Lewis is here as well.
My pastor.
Yeah, she is come down, and she is going to be officiating. So we have got a lot of work to do, folks. The night's just getting started. You're all invited to the wedding of Tony and Tim. We'll be right back. I think it's going to be awesome.
What the fuck, Tim? What did you tell me about this?
Because I wanted to be a surprise.
You can't on national TV.
I'm
totally embarrassed about this. We should have done this private.
We should talk about it back here because I think it's actually a great idea.
Did you turn?
I'll explain why. Here.
What?
I'll explain why. Hello? All right, turn that. That's enough. Who's there?
My name is Oscar. After the
Oscar, just like the Academy Awards. What do you want?
Yep.
You have information on Mark? I can report to LaRue?
Yeah, he's at the Hollywood Wax Museum, and he's right in between the corner of Hollywood and Highland.
Oh, thank you.
He's eating a sandwich. He's dressed as a policeman. He's putting on a weird British accent, and he just looks very confused.
Okay, thank you for the tip. We'll investigate that. I'll send LaRue over there. We are back getting calls. We're going to find Mark. I believe that. Obviously, big news here. The wedding of the century will be occurring. Newman, my bride-to-be, getting ready, getting her makeup on and everything, and getting the beautiful dress that I picked out from David's Bridals. I want to give them a shout out. Scott was able to stop by there this afternoon. We have Greg Turkington stormed off the set. He has returned and is moping in his car. So he's got an update.
I'm watching the Oscars, actually, which is what you should be doing.
What?
I'm watching the Oscars.
I can't hear you. Your motor is revving.
I'm watching the Oscars, which is what you should be doing.
Okay. What do you have news? Do you have news?
They're doing the best documentary right now. So
okay.
Not really a movie.
You have something about the Joker you want to talk about? I don't know.
Yeah, as you know, people tune into this show not for garbage like Dakar and stuff like that, but for actual movie expertise segments. And so we've got quite a few of them tonight planned. This one is very special. It's a look back at Jokers through the years, starting with, of course, the original actor to play the Joker was Jack Nicholson, and going right through the current one, Joaquin Phoenix. So this is a tribute to the Joker.
Oh, there must be bats in your belfry, Batman.
Comedy is subjective, Murray. Isn't that what they say?
all of you decide what's funny or not.
Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker. 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 We can't do business right. We shake hands at the end. Yes. Oh, I got a live one here. Oh, there's in the old town tonight.
All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
Oh, my God.
You're gonna be my friend. Sweet talking me.
Let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
What is happening? What am I watching?
All right. Thank you for that look back at one of the great movie villains, Joker. We got Little Women winning Best Designing Women. Delta Fur. That's designing costume design for Little Women. Good for them. Very good costumes. All right.
Period pieces.
We're going to do a segment now. It's near and dear to my heart because this is really my wedding day. A lot of family and friends are in town for it. I want to bring out a guy I've gotten to know really well in the past few months, my stepson, Matt Newman. We're going to do a father-son movie review segment now. Matt represents the youth. That's your cue, buddy. What's up, dude? See you, man.
I'm hit! Is that all you got?
Automatic medical system engaged.
All right, man. So Matt and I, we've just gotten to know each other. We've been like kind of bonding and throwing out whatever, you know. It's been a couple months we got to know each other. We watch a lot of TV. We watch a lot of like
That was good.
bullshit home and garden TV shit like Fixin' Uppers and shit like that. What's your like vibe on movies now? Like, what's your vibe on like are the movies that you're into the same movies that they award fucking Academy Awards like at the Oscars and that bullshit? Is that where you're kind of syncing up on? What's the deal?
Sure. They're all right.
I see you always on video games, playing them and everything, but you think video games are kind of the future? You were saying to me about instead of movies and bullshit, going to see fucking Fast and Furious when you can play it as.
Kind of pointless. You just sit there and watch other people do stuff. Why not be able to play?
So what are games that psych you out, that get you fucking ripped, that get you?
Call of Duty sick.
Call of Duty?
Yeah, killing people.
Playing with first-person shooter.
Playing with friends, yeah. Tournaments. Yeah.
What about Fortnite? You're into that? You were talking to me about that. You were playing that shit for like hours the other night, dude.
Played all night with my buddies.
So how do you get into that? Like hook up with homies that know how to play that shit and fucking just bash that shit out? Or how do you prep for that shit? You just fucking start playing that shit?
You just play it and you win.
Systems engaged.
How do you feel about being, me in your life now is sort of, this has changed, and you're here to support your mom, you love your mom, and this is what's best for her, what's best for me, and I think, you've been really open and supportive of our relationship, so I just want to say thanks for being cool, and I love you, and I love the relationship that I know we're going to have.
Get these guys off me!
So let's have a good wedding, party. This is really just a party. So you fucking hook yourself up with a fucking bar, do shots, whatever you want. I know you're into that scene. So just chill. It's easy. If you want to do some bullshit, whatever. I'm here for you. I'm your dad. So I could just cruise with you and whatever. Okay. Just hug it out. Like fucking whatever, right? That's Matt. That's just Matt. That's who he is. All right. I thought that was pretty cool to kind of connect Greg, to connect with him. Greg.
So he shouldn't be on the show.
I think you have to respect that I'm working on building relationships.
Yeah, but
with
don't
this
do it
new
during
family,
the
and it's a
Oscars.
family I haven't had. I haven't had support from
Well,
you.
you
You
could
haven't
have
said
done
one
that
goddamn
yesterday.
thing about congratulations. You're about to get hitched in a real way. You're here for the big night, and it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful to have a wedding during the Oscars when people are busy watching the Oscars, which is most people's
They can
favorite
choose
night
to
of
watch
the
the
year.
Oscars, or they can be with us here. That's their choice.
No, but you tricked them and said that we were here to watch the Oscars, and then you spring this wedding on people like you sprung it on me.
All right, well,
I thought this was all for
then
like
you
a
can
tribute.
you can back
you said
out.
we were going to do a tribute to wedding-themed movies. It's not at all.
That's what makes it exciting. It's a surprise. If you don't want to be here for the wedding, you can back out and get the fuck out of the studio because nobody wants you here.
Well, 5 to 1 people online and sending cards and things like that are in favor of more movie coverage and less weddings. So.
All right. I just
even the Tim heads would like to hear about tonight's Oscars.
I've been giving updates all the time. The American Factory won Best Picture. So we're doing our due diligence, but we're also making it an exciting, memorable. Remember when Princess Charles and Princess Diane basically invented the idea of a televised wedding? That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, but they didn't do it during the Academy Awards.
They might have. Why wouldn't they?
Because people look forward to the Oscars all year, and they don't want to see your wedding. They want to see the awards being given.
I think people are very happy for us.
I don't.
Do you want to talk about on the street segment you did? This It's a Wrap?
Yes.
Go do the
I'll talk to my camera here.
Go ahead. You know what? Stay in the car, by the way. I don't want you coming out. You're not invited to the wedding. Stay in the car. You can roll your window up. That's your food. You're not getting any of the wedding food. And you can sit there and mold and watch your Oscars and look at your videotape. But you're not to leave the car until I tell you to. You're banished to your VFA, mobile VFA. That's the news.
But I do have a couple of things I need to show the camera where I'm going to have to get out of the car.
Well, we'll do that case by case.
And actually, one of them Hey, one of them might actually work well at your wedding as something for the guests to do
Well, we're going to do this on a case by
while they're
case
arriving.
basis. Excuse me, we're going to do this on a case by case basis. For now, you're banished to the car. Introduce your It's a Wrap segment. I took a look at it. It sucks. It's a good time for anybody to take pictures of it. Picture, whatever. Show that now. Cut it out. But we have to go live now.
This is a segment called Heaven on Earth. It's kind of a new segment that we're going to be doing in the future on our cinema. This looks at sort of, I guess you'd call them historic movie locations, but they're not filming locations. It's a whole other kind of location. This is something that if you're ever visiting Hollywood, I suggest you go see. Let's take a look at the segment.
Hey guys, Greg Turkington with On Cinema at the Cinema. We're here in front of one of Hollywood's greatest locations. It's a wrap. This is the store where you can buy actual movie-worn garments worn by great Hollywood stars, ranging from Meg Ryan all the way up to Tom Hanks, and who knows, maybe they've got some Bogart inside. Let's go see.
Hello and welcome to our show. Tell me about It's a Wrap.
Well, this is a very exciting store. We get all of the clothes from film and television production, so whatever you might see on a film or a TV show, it all ends up here on the racks at It's a Wrap, and it's really
All of it.
cool.
Is there something you can show us on the racks right now from a current movie that might get our viewers excited?
Well, we can come around and have our list of all the different films and TV shows that we have for sale.
No. Oh, game crashed.
Pretty cool segment. So if you are in town, come and... I said it's
back.
Hey.
And got a message here from Mark. Or not from Mark, it's a tip. Who's calling?
Hey, Tim. I'm still doing the It's a Wrap thing, so don't take calls.
No, we're done with it.
No. I had set up this here.
Stand by. Let's just get some info on Mark. Where is Mark? Do you have a location on him? Where is he? Okay, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. All right, shut up. Get out of here.
So, to follow up on the It's a Wrap segment, I have here two very priceless ensembles, if you will, from the movie Yesterday, 2019. Kind of about some Beatles fans and some strange kind of supernatural events that bring them together. And these are actual costumes from the movie that I procured at It's a Wrap for a total cost of $20. Here are the shirts worn by a couple of the characters and the actual pants. You can see these on screen if you watch Yesterday.
All right.
If you haven't seen it, I would suggest that you do go out and watch Yesterday and look for these clothes. When you see them,
it's on a plane. I was on a plane the other day. They show that on the plane.
Did you see the shirts?
No, I don't recognize the shirts. The guests are arriving every second for the big Tony and Tim wedding, which is set to kick off in minutes. Tony's still making some decisions. I got a couple dresses to choose from. Don't sit down. I told you go back to your car. Get back in the car. My guest today, right now, we're gonna bring him out here. He just arrived. My brother. I got my son, now I got my brother. What is this? I'm not supposed to be drinking it. Oscar special, what the hell?
So excited.
I know, man. Well, listen, let me just clear the air with you. We had some trouble with the band. We had some rocky, but that's how friends, that's how brothers, that's how shit goes. It's not personal. You know that. We talk. You have such an open mind and such an open heart about the situation. Axiom's another story.
Well,
Axiom got hurt. He took it personally. But work the perspective.
Well, nothing.
Are we gonna play music again in the future? Absolutely. We're gonna get past where we're at right now.
Well, that'd be awesome.
And the reason, I called you basically this morning and said, I need you to come down here. Don't do that.
Jesus.
Don't do that again.
The Joker strikes again. The Joker strikes again.
If you do that again, I'm going to come over there and physically assault you with this champagne bomb and break it over your stupid Joker face. You have blood running down your skull. Now listen, I gave you the news. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't tell him for sure. I told you. I said tonight I'm going to propose to marry Tony Newman again on the Oscar special. And the next thing that came out of my mouth, I think surprised, it knocked you down on the ground. I said, will you be my best man? And your answer was?
My answer can only be of course.
That is what's beautiful about friendship, brotherhood, and Dakar. Dakar forever. That asshole can stay in Dakar for all I care, while we memorialize and remember the great times we had in Dakar, in DKR as well.
Yes.
This is a lot of champagne. I want you to open it now because I think as best man and groom, we should bond over a drink. We should have a drink. I mean, listen, it's my wedding. I can do that kind of shit because I got nerves. I'm so nervous. Tonight is a big night, Tony is not, it's not necessarily going to be a white wedding, just a little white dress. But I'm drunk, nervous. I haven't met her parents. They're going to be arriving. Of course, I have a great relationship with Matt. But listen, get this going. We need to have a drink and celebrate because it is on. Laura Dern won for Marriage Story.
I apologize, Dr. Freeman,
So
but I'm
good
sure
luck
you
for
understand
us.
that I
That's
couldn't
sort of
risk opening that door until you had
blessing
scoured the
or
area.
Sort of a message from the Oscar gods, saying we bless and sanctify
This is the last
wedding
entrance
and
to
this
the
marriage.
Lambda complex.
Get that open.
Every
You brought the. Get that. Yeah, you got
we
the.
realized that you might actually
this
make
is the
it
classic
there,
way to
we
do
drew
it.
straws to see who would stay
Don't point
behind
at me
and
like
let you
that.
through. Obviously, I drew the short one.
All right.
My colleagues are waiting at the tip of the Lambda reactor.
Something
Waiting for
festive,
you,
like
I mean.
champagne music.
The reactor is shut down right now.
Yeah, be careful. All right. Hey. Yeah, don't worry about the knife.
Yeah. To you.
You keep pointing that shit at me. Pointing at the car. Pointing at the Arthur posters. Hit it, see if you can hit the Arthur poster. Ah, shit, you missed. All right. I can't hold this. Matt, hold on. Be careful with that, son. Don't grab it by the blade.
For you, man.
This is to my last, hopefully my last wedding ever. We're gonna say goodbye to all the women I've loved before. This is to my first wife, Stephanie, that's been 20 years to me. I don't even, I've lost touch with her. I can't get her on Facebook or anything. And of course, the love of my life, the one that got away, Ayaka. I always love Ayaka. I always wish that worked out. She was the mother of my second son, Junior, so we drink to him as well. That came out way too fast. Excuse me. This is for Ayaka and Tom Cruise Jr., my son, and
some. To you.
And to me. Ooh, that's good stuff. Hang on. I want to ask you a favor. Sit down.
Yes.
I want to ask you to reach out to Axe because I have been working on him. He would have been my first choice for best man. You know that. That would have been the play that made the most sense in my mind. No offense to you, but he was really there from the beginning. It would have just been awkward. I reached out to him. He did not. He is not. He's kind of cut me off. And it's killing me. So I want you to do something as best man. You are the official best man. Nothing's going to change. But I want Axe to be here. I want him to be here for me. And I want him to be a group or an usher. Because we're actually short a lot of people. I reached out to a lot of people to be part of this. Nobody wanted to do it on Oscar night. But
I spoke with him, you know, like
what is his
mad.
vibe?
It's mad, you know.
He's still mad.
Got upset a little
being
bit.
a baby.
He's being a baby.
But what you can do is just take a minute. We don't have to do it on air.
Let me see what I can do.
Just reach out to him and say, he's not picking up the phone when I call. Speaking of picking up the phone, while you're doing that, let's check in on Mark. I think LaRusse has good news for us. Calling in from New York.
I'm calling right now.
This could be Woody Allen calling in. Hello. You have a tip for Mark. I don't know why you're not on speakerphone, of course, because this sucks. What do you want? What's? Go ahead. What's the tip?
Hey man, you gotta be here, man. Team wants me here, man. What thing, you know, like it's like big day for him. You know, like
I don't have the fucking way to do speakers. Okay?
It's your brother. Yeah, I'm here, man. Vieni, devi essere qua, man. Io, tuo fratello.
Don't hang up, baby. Okay, don't hang up. Let me just get to the bottom of this. I need you to be here, okay? I'll tell you what, I'll cancel the fucking wedding if you don't show up. How about that? How about that on your fucking conscience? You want that? You just get your ass down here, man. Because it doesn't look good that he's here and you're not. I got Tony's parents coming, and if they show up and they see this one dude here from Italy, it just doesn't look good. Greg's sitting here dressed like a joke, looks like an idiot. So just come down and help me out, all right, man? I'll fucking give you $20, whatever. I'll give you $100. I just got to get you down here, man. Are you body clear? Clear? All right, buddy. Thank you for the. Just do it. I don't. I'm just thinking about it. Just get down here.
Man, vieni qua. Vai.
All right. That's gonna be cold. Next time, bring it cold. I think warm champagne. We'll be back with more wedding news. We'll be back in a few minutes of the
Gordon Freeman, you finally found us.
Getting the wedding ceremony. You're all invited to the wedding of the century.
Nonsense, Hunter. Nothing stands in the way of our errant knight in shining high and reactive armor.
Yes, not.
Right then. This way, Dr. Freeman. We've been expecting you.
Let's get moving.
What you see before you is the supply depot for our first survey team. Quite a few handsome specimens are collected. Brought back this way. Survey members collected themselves. These readings have given us reason to suspect that there is an immense portal over there, created and maintained by the intense concentration of a single powerful being. I'm sure that you're going to see it. I am loath to say this, Gordon. You must kill it.
Yeah, you better kill it. No ifs, ands, or asses about it.
Of course, you owe us nothing, Dr. Freeman. But you've come this far. You know as much about these creatures as anyone.
Enough to know that if you don't wipe it out, well, let's put it this way. There ain't gonna be much for you to come home.
Yes. So if you're willing, my colleague is waiting for you at the main portal controls. Dr. Steinman will open the gates for you. And don't let Hunter's brash attitude frighten you. We've all been a wee bit rankled since the incident. He'll equip you with the proper armaments for the task ahead. Do hurry.
We are back here at the 7th annual On
Dr.
Cinema
Freeman,
Oscar Special.
so glad you made it.
We're obviously now.
I have one final
I almost
accoutrement
want to
for
throw
you.
away the Oscar Special concept because it is now the wedding
This is the
century.
long jump
First live wedding that I think we've seen on television in a long time.
navigation of the world beyond.
Quick update on the Oscars. Sound editing went to Ford versus Ferrari.
Thought that would go that way.
Yeah, it's beautiful sound. Going around the track. We are here with Tom Chaplin. I didn't get to introduce you. Tom Chaplin, founder of Chaplin's Chili. Long time ago.
Yes, long time ago. Chaplin's Chili. It was the most popular restaurant on the West Side for a long time.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So the terrific news. Well, you've of course, we don't want to get into the details of sort of the shifting taste that went on, the business, the changing of.
Well, it wasn't entirely mutual. It wasn't really my idea, even though I founded the place.
Practice your long jump.
You know,
but hurry up.
There's a few people that forced me out, so I ran into some tough times. That's why I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, yeah, because we were dealing with the quick bite guys.
Absolutely.
Hank and other. I don't want to bring up a bad.
Hank and I haven't really, we haven't stayed in contact much.
Well, the good news is you got this catering business getting started. You just won
Absolutely.
All right.
Congratulations on getting married.
Thank you very much.
The process is complicated, and once it has begun, I must not be interrupted or I'll have
You
to
guys
start
are
all
providing
over
all the
again.
food here.
We are.
Enter the beam
Let's just
until I
take a
give
quick
the
look so
okay.
the audience can get
Understood?
excited. And I know guests are starting to
I will
arrive.
begin.
Right, they are.
I see Joe.
And it's
over
a
there.
food man's dream theater. Not allowed to use Chaplin's.
Okay, so then we've got chicken. This has got to be the salmon, right?
No, this is green beans. This is green beans. They're very healthy for you. Very good.
Salmon's over here. We talked about this mashed potato.
Salmon.
We talked about chicken, salmon.
Sorry. But this food is delicious.
That's all right.
But this.
That's okay. We'll get to.
My God! We've got the breach!
Thank you very much, Tom Chaplin. good reason why you're not my best man, I'll tell you that much. But I do want to.
Quite a surprise, I think, for all of us.
Well, that's the beauty of it. All right, I want to bring out probably the second most important woman in my life. This woman has been responsible for my spiritual growth over the past year, this rapid growth that's occurred. I met her through Tony Newman. She is the one and only Susan Lewis, who's Reverend Pastor Susan Lewis. Will come on out here. Pastor Susan Lewis is going to see you. Good.